Hello again. My name is Alan Cook, and thank you for joining me again in my YouTube. It is about the Dion painting, which is the greatest duet painting on the planet, which was done by Leonardo da Vinci. The item which you see in front of us is an extremely blown up image, and I will show you how it gets reduced and where it's located in the Dion. But let me just show you how this is one of Leonardo da Vinci's works. It's called The Man with a Penis. And he is all over this painting of mine, along with all of Leonardo da Vinci's other works. Now, when I lay this picture of his, of art, you're going to find that it lays in many different, you're going to find lines, you're going to find lines, the lines, it goes endless. You'll see that these faces move because his art moves across the room. So let's get started here. And I'm going to show you when it goes up in here. You can see how it gets highlighted, his eyes and his chin. Now here we pull it down, you see his chin, and you put it back up, you see the chin right here, right? Okay, so now we'll hold it there, and you can see the line of his chin, as you see. So when you put it back up, there's his chin, there's his eyes. Also, when it moves across, it keeps changing, and his eyes move, and the chin, it has a line, as you can see, because his paintings move like a TV, like we're watching on YouTube. It's his great way of doing it without electricity. It's called a flip book when you make things for cartoons, and that's when you end up with these TVs of cartoons, because you make tens of millions or whatever images that are laid over the top, and they slowly move because they're in each different section going across. Now, the reason why some of this items don't blow up exactly like this portrait, it's for many reasons, is because it's under different layers. And you'll see that when you end up, you see how the arm goes down? Okay. Now, what threw me originally was because this had the lump. Well, obviously, he's going to have continuous work, right? So, if you actually just take a look at the darker on this, it is the same fit. Okay, it fits in the darker, see? It just in this. But it also, you can see the shadow. But here comes another trick, or another hidden art. I don't know if it's going to show up, but it kind of is, when I'm looking on the screen here, and I hope it does. You can actually see an eye, and a surrounding face, and it runs on down. You also could see an eye, and a surrounding face. Then you can see another face. Each one of these little things make bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger faces. Like this image here is a cartoon of a guy looking up. But this is a cartoon on the cartoon, and this is a cartoon on that cartoon, and this cartoon, and it keeps going. He builds it like a totem pole or a pyramid type deal, and it gets even wilder. If you follow my well over 300 YouTubes, you will see that his work, okay, is has many hidden things no matter which way you turn it. This particular image in which we're looking at is this image when it's in a different shade. So I haven't tried this yet that I want to try, and I'm going to give it a spurt here, and let's see if it's in here. Let's just see if it's there. I want to see what happens if I take it and go to adjustment and then I go down to threshold, and I change the threshold to be lightened up similar to, oh, it's not going to show that, this particular one here on the left. I want to see if I alter it, in a sense, to highlight items in it, which it won't allow me to overlay, but let me see if I can do something that might show you that there's no cheating been done. Okay, here's the face, and he hides his stuff really well in the faces and stuff because they're whiter. And let me move this down just because we need as much room to see on the other image, and I'm going to move this to see. Let's see if I can alter this to where what's on the left matches the right. And the reason is because he is tricky. Well, look at that. Let me pull it down. You see that? You see this right here, an eye, a long nose, and the face. Look at this. Here's the same one, right here. Look at that. Okay, that's only part of it because what he puts here changes in different layers. I got lucky on that. That was lucky. Well, maybe there might have been some skill in it, but I'm going to call it lucky with Leo because that's the way he is. He's drove me to where right when you think you're getting somewhere with him, all of a sudden he changes the program, or he alters the image. Each time you take one out, his stars change. Okay, and there's words in there. See how this image here, like a dog face with an eye and a nose, and it runs back with a zigzag body. It's the same similar item right here, and you can't see it because it's lit up. But I'm going to get into it. I'm telling you that for a fact, these images that we are seeing are the same in a Leonardo da Vinci's piece of work. And the way you get out of it without hurting anything, you just hit cancel and it's back. But that's only one of the items in which we're talking about that is hidden within his works. If I take this again and I condense it for it to be seen in here, and you look at it side by side, you'll see how the face actually lines up almost everywhere. If you take a look at these eyes, how they're on this angle, look how these eyes are on the angle. And the reason why they keep moving is because when you get over here and they match, and then they go across, they match the next dot or close to the one above it, and it goes endless. What if here comes another one before we go. You see all this white paste shadow clouds? Those are paintings. They're hidden works that he has transparency his work within the painting to hide it in layers. Now we go back to here and we overlay it, and you see how the arm goes, right? Okay, now you see this little notch here, and then you'll see this fold here, and then you'll see this fold here. And you pull this back up, and you'll see how it rolls. It rolls within the cut. See, he's really tricky. You see how this rolls here, this rolls here, this rolls here, this rolls here, and here. You can see there's a blank spot in it because he's got other art from other types. It's kind of like taking a bunch of transparencies with many different paintings, and he threw them all on there and just saying, how come it looks like another painting is in there, but this is an overlay? It's because here's an eye, here's an eye, here's a nose, here's a mouth. But this nose is actually of this, and this is the nose of the here, and this is another body, and here's a head with an eye of a person and his arms spread, and this is another, and it goes endless. And he does it in math and chemistry and shadows and builds. So anyway, I want to say keep looking. I'm going to show you another one that's magnificent. Kind of been trying to help somebody out, so I've been a little bit behind, but I got about almost 3/4 of a dozen to boot up. And I want to say please continue giving me the thumbs up, subscribe, pass it on to your friends. I want to say to you, God bless the whole world, the universe, and the heavens. And you guys, have a beautiful night. And I have to apologize because I did tell you that I was going to reduce this so you can see that this is the hand. Okay, this is the hand of my man. My woman, actually, and that so happens to be this particular painting right here. And I don't want to be called too forgetful. It's going to be in here somewhere. Where'd it go? Oh, it's right here. I had it in here. My mistake. It was already here. So you close it on down. So that angel is actually right here in my woman's hand. And why her finger's that way? Because that's one of the symbols, and which is another piece of work in one of my other YouTubes, which equals this image right here of the skull. As you see, this image is in here, and this image is in the whole Mona, and this whole image is this whole image is this image of the whole mane. And as you can see, the way I mean it, I'm sorry, we were about to leave. You can see how the point comes up and goes on down and cuts. This actually points, comes and follows, and it cuts across when it gets highlighted and goes over. Okay, and it actually goes. Okay, and he hides his work. Just because what you see on top, don't judge a book by its cover. He's got many hidden art. Again, God bless the whole world, the universe, and the heavens. Have a good night. Amen.